My daughter has always loved clowns, as much as I can't stand them. It's a running joke in the family that it's due to her being born in 2016, the year when people started dressing up as clowns and walking around menacingly. I hated it, and the pregnancy hormones did not help things. I guess somehow it got inverted with my daughter. Since she could talk, she's had an imaginary friend. Anne is the ghost of a pirate clown. It wasn't that strange. Kids have all sorts of imaginary friends, and nothing off-putting has ever come of it beyond my daughter trying to occasionally include Anne in whatever we are doing. So yes, it's a little strange, but she's 8 and full of imagination. The problem is, I saw Anne. For context, my ex-husband isn't part of my life or my daughter's. He was a drunk, and a violent one at that. The fact I have full custody has consistently upset him only because he doesn't want me to have her out of spite. He only fought it to hurt me and didn't care how it affected our daughter. I've tried to get a restraining order which has gone nowhere. While he is violent, his anger is targeted toward furniture and belongings, not me or my daughter. So despite my fear, the police have never done anything. They don't care about verbal abuse or threats. This all culminated a few weeks ago when a carnival came through town. My daughter was desperate to go. Rides and clowns were a combination I could not refuse. But since I was so busy with work, we had to wait until one of the last days before they moved on. It was certainly magical. We showed up to what had been weeks before an empty field to find it bustling with people and tents and carnival rides. My daughter is only 8 and not very tall at that. Unfortunately, the fact she couldn't ride many of the rides was quite upsetting. The small caterpillar train was for babies, but her mood perked up once we got to the area clowns were. I'm not scared of clowns, I'm just not their biggest fan. Still, my daughter had a blast running around and, somewhat embarrassingly, introducing them to Anne. The performers played along, and she had a blast. She also insisted on many of the games. I have no idea how she managed to do so well at cornhole, but the pirate hat she won could not have been a more fitting prize. Of course, her explanation that Anne helped didn't really explain anything. I know her obsession with Anne is weird, but as I said, nothing bad has resulted from it. Considering what happened, Anne is even growing on me. The day unfortunately did not end on a happy note. Do any other parents have those stressful dreams where they can't find their child? Anyway, that became a reality. I don't even know how it happened. My memories of it all seem like a blur. One moment she was attempting to shoot a bunch of plastic ducks with a water gun, and the next she was gone. I tried not to panic immediately. My daughter is short and timid. It's easy for her to disappear into a crowd. Still, she was never one to wander off, and the fact my calls went unheeded was not remotely reassuring. By then I was in full panic mode. I had no idea where she had gone. Some people attempted to help, though I couldn't give details if I even wanted to. Security showed up. I suppose someone must have fetched them. I gave a description and showed them photos. They called the police. It became very clear by then that she had been taken rather than separated. She knew what to do if she got lost. There were plenty of security guards searching. They even announced over the park intercom. I was never one to be hysterical, but I was struggling to hold myself together. People cleared out as the park closed, and still, she had not been found. I didn't dare say she had been taken even if I knew it. I didn't want it to be real. It was the kind of thing that happened in movies, not in real life. I don't think I would have gone home if an officer hadn't insisted on it. By then I was too tired to refuse. Being home didn't help anything except keep my nervous pacing to myself. I had been reassured a million times I would be notified immediately if she was found. Emphasis on the if. I told them to investigate my ex. I could see him doing this just to hurt us. Honestly, I hoped it was him. He wouldn't hurt her outright, not like someone else who could have kidnapped her. All they said was they would look into it. I didn't sleep. I couldn't, obviously. I'm glad I didn't, or I wouldn't have heard the knocking at the patio door. Not a loud banging of the front door, but the timid tapping on the door we actually used. It spoke of familiarity. I practically jumped down the stairs. My daughter was at the door wearing her pirate hat. I don't think I had ever pulled her into a hug with so much desperation before. That was when I saw her. My daughter had drawn enough pictures that I recognized Anne, and her bright red braided hair and stylish boots. More concerning was the massive cutlass in her sheath and the red stains on her coat, her body painted white and wearing a clown nose, an eye patch. She disappeared into the bushes before I could get a better look to confirm what the hell I had just seen. My daughter has been perfectly content since this happened. Apparently Daddy came for a surprise visit, which she wasn't happy about, and took her home. The police showed up the following day to say they had gone to my ex's house. They found him disemboweled. If not for talking to my sister on the phone all evening, I would undoubtedly be their prime suspect. Thankfully, they believed what my daughter eagerly told them, or at least enough to rule me out. Everything has gone back to normal now, except my ex is dead. My daughter seems too calm about that. And then there is Anne. She is still my daughter's imaginary friend. If she is somehow real, why she stays imaginary, I don't know. I haven't seen her since. I even tried asking if she would let me see her through my daughter. My daughter was disappointed to answer that Anne thinks things are best left how they are. I don't know if Anne is real, or if a friendly clown killed my ex and brought my daughter home. I don't know which to believe. Both are equally as insane as the other. If anyone has seen a female clown dressed in realistic pirate attire with an eye patch and a red nose, please let me know. I feel like I'm losing my mind. If Anne somehow is real, at least I can rest easy knowing my daughter has someone else looking after her. But if Anne is real, that of course brings up the question of what is she and what does she want?